Hi YouTube. It's been a while since I last posted, so I'm here. I'm back posting another calculus video. So today we'll just cover a random calculus problem that I saw in my competitive math team. So let's say we have f of x is equal to 2 square root of x minus square root of x minus square root of x, and then the pattern repeats. What is f prime of 3? So at this point you might think, well, you could probably just try to differentiate, but that's pretty much impossible since it just keeps going infinitely. So we need another approach. Well, we know that f of x is equal to 2 square root of x minus this blob, but since this is infinite, taking out the first term in a series, so let's say you have like n equals 1 at infinity of a of n of a divergent series, taking out n equals 1, so maybe changing the indices to n equals 2, won't change the fact that it's divergent. You know that from calculus 2. So since this goes on infinitely, it wouldn't matter if you take out this term. So you could set you could set this blob to negative 1/2 of f of x. And why is that? Well, it's because we already know that this thing is equal to this whole thing multiplied by this negative sign and then divided by this 2. So that small blob is equal to negative 1/2 f of x. So now we are left with a much easier expression to deal with. F of x equals 2 times the square root of x minus 1/2 of f of x. Because remember, taking out the first term in the series won't change the divergence. So now it's actually quite straightforward to evaluate this. So now we have f squared of x. You can square both sides, and that's 4 times x minus 1/2 f of x. Simplify this out, so it's 4x minus 2 f of x. So now you have f squared of x minus 2 f of x equals 4x. Or sorry, plus 2 f of x. So now you could do something called completing the square, which you must have learned from your Algebra 1 class, where you can just add 1 to both sides to complete the square, because now this is a perfect square of f of x plus 1 squared equals to 4x plus 1. Okay, so now that we know that f of x plus 1 squared is equal to 4x plus 1, we can now take the square root of both sides. So now we're left with f of x plus 1 equals the square root of 4x plus 1. Then therefore f of x is equal to square root of 4x plus 1 minus 1 outside the square root. And this is also known as the closed form of this recursive function or repeating function. And this is known as the open form. So now we could just evaluate f prime of 3. So that's the derivative is f prime of x is chain rule, take out the 4, over 2, because this is equivalent to 4x plus 1 to the 1/2 power. So you take the power and then subtract by 1. So you're left with this. That's 2 over root 4x plus 1 plus 0, because the derivative of constants are always 0. So that's 2 over root 4x plus 1. Then you could just plug 3 into here, so that's 2 over square root of 4 times 3 plus 1. So our answer is 2 over root 13. Thank you for watching.